Hello, welcome to Floristry Market. My name is Greg.
And I'm Emma.
So I changed it up a little bit there. I didn't say,
I was
and this is, but you're Emma. Emma, hello. Welcome back. What we're going to do today?
So I wanted to show you some different lovely pre-made wreaths that you've already got in the warehouse.
Okay.
For a couple of reasons. So sometimes florists, we're time poor, so we don't have the time to make the whole thing. So these bases are quite good. They're quite a reasonable price.
Yep.
And it just means that you can zhuzh them, add some bits and pieces. I wanted to show, because we know we said it, you know, wreaths not just for Christmas.
Because we made some wreaths. We did a Christmas show with wreath making.
Yeah, I think everybody liked your one more.
I think everybody liked mine more. Yeah,
Well,
it was far better.
We've got this eucalyptus one.
Okay.
You've got these really nice gypsophilia ones that you've got out in the warehouse. There's some hydrangea ones out there as well, which are really lovely, but I feel they're quite summery, so I wanted to go quite springy. It's really important when the flowers come. So I've had loads of your silk faux flowers, and they are amazing quality, but for people that maybe are new to the industry and they come in flats and they think that that's how they should be, but often like things like all the leaves have got wires and can be bent and opened out, and it's definitely worth taking those like a couple of minutes just to open them out, fluff them out, give them a shake.
Yeah.
Okay, because otherwise you might think they don't always look at the picture when they arrive, but they do. You just got to
Should you?
Right. Okay. So I've got some lovely spring florals here that you've got in the warehouse. I love these.
We've used those before, haven't we?
Yeah, we use those in the spring thing. The hyacinths are gorgeous. What you have got that is new that I only saw when I came in this week are these really pretty ranunculus.
Yes.
Really beautiful spring flower.
Is that the colour? Are they those colours in real life?
They're really vibrant, aren't they? The oranges, the pinks, the yellows, really pop of colour. This colour palette's really on trend this year. I think the hot pink's coming off the back of the Barbie. Orange is a great colour with hot pink. It's really strong, and just the yellow in there. And it works, doesn't it? It's really cheerful, really sunny. So we've got those. I picked out some daffodils. I mean, so springy, some tulips and some bits and pieces. I don't really know what I'm going to use, but I just thought we'd see how it goes.
All right, let's go.
So, because I've got this lovely green background, I think the oranges will really pinks will pop on here.
They will.
So, we've got our ever trusty cable ties. This one's on a bit of a nice wooden one, so that's really easy. You can just push things through. This one's a bit more plasticky, so we probably need to secure those in with something. So you can just decide how you want them, whether you want them kind of...
You're going to cable tie them in?
Yeah. What I might do is cable tie a few. So what you need to do is make sure that you lift up. So you're lifting those up and going in. You don't want to just tape it straight round, otherwise you're going to crush all of the leaves and then the whole thing will look really flat.
And you want it to be hidden?
Yeah, you want it to be hidden. And then you can just tuck that around, move them about. I leave my ties on until the end, and I go around and cut them all so that I don't miss any. And then it's just a case of working out how you want them. It's quite nice to have on the outside, kind of outside, inside, like that, coming round in that kind of, what's that, like a zigzaggy pattern, because that helps to lead the eye around if you're going all the way around. So I'm just going to lay a few on.
That's lovely. Okay.
Okay?
Yes, that's perfect.
I've gone all the way around with those, and then you can just add in your extra, bits and bobs, whether you want to...
I was just going to say bits and bobs.
Were you?
Yeah.
So, so then just kind of thread those in, cable tie them in, keep going round until you're really happy with it and it's really springy. So we're just going to place those on. So if I've got something like this, I'd probably place them all on before I cable tie them on, just so that I can move them around.
It's more or less the same process we use for the Christmas ones, but just using some of the...
Yeah, but it's kind of and I just wanted to show you all the lovely bits and pieces that you've got, and just that you can... Sometimes people get a real mind block and they think, oh, well, that's a Christmas thing, or that's a Christmas technique. And it's kind of I've had people come to the workshop for Christmas wreaths, and then they come for the spring one and they're like, oh, it's the same, but with different materials. But I think they think you're going to do something
wildly different,
because, so people do get in their head kind of oh, I can't use that technique because that's for Christmas. So it's quite good. So then I'm not going to put too much else in that one. So I'm going to just add that in. Yeah. You can have a nice big bow in there, and you've got your spring door wreath. Yeah. But then if you want to elevate that and make it a bit Eastery.
We've got eggs.
So you've got eggs.
And we've got, what's that?
Pink Jip.
Pink Jip. We've got more eggs.
More eggs on sticks. Pussy Willow.
Pussy Willow.
Don't know what they are, but I really like them. At Christmas, have you seen when they do the Christmas trees and they do the things sticking out of the top? I think there's going to be some things like this for Easter, but I really like those because you can break those up and take them apart.
What are these?
Just berries, I suppose. But
berries.
The clematis. So things like this one, you could easily you could use it as the whole thing, but in something like that, it's a bit big. But you can just, they're all individually wired, so you can pull those out, put them in little clusters and put them in. Things like, sorry Greg, leaning over you, the eggs.
Yep.
Again, you can pull the eggs out, use them in little clusters, pepper them around. Or with the garland, a really quick, easy win is to just literally interweave it amongst your spring, so you don't have to take it apart.
So we have talked about this before. This is where you can use products that are sort of ready-made, combine them, and what it saves you in time, you can still charge just as much, if not more, for something like this. Yeah,
absolutely. So you could just cable tie those in, and this has got like little bunnies and things. What you have to remember to do when you've bought something that's like pre-made is just make sure, like, if you just leave it laid on there flat like that, doesn't look great. I will cable tie it in for when we lift it up in a bit. But things like the eggs, just like open the eggs out, lift them up, like the bunnies, the little bunnies, so have them kind of upright. And then, I mean, I will fiddle with that for a little while, but those few minutes, that does really make all the difference. And then you can sort of intersperse them.
So you can use that as a wreath, or maybe you could use that as a centerpiece for something.
Yeah. So
what could you put in the middle?
Okay, funny you should ask.
Oh, is it?
So particularly at Easter, lots of people will do tablescapes. Lots of people will have like a Easter Sunday lunch or breakfast or that kind of thing. So simple vase, candle in the middle, vase in the middle, sorry, candle inside, like that.
Job's done.
Table decoration. So you can take it from the door to here. Once you've finished with it for Easter, snip off that, put that away, and then you can either add your springs on or move on. So it's really about making sure, like, we live in times, don't we, where, you know, we need to be as environmentally and sustainable as possible. Yes, these are silk, yes, they're artificial, but it does mean that you can use them over and over again, store them properly, you've got them for years, and you can repurpose. I think that's what I think is really important. Is like, if you buy something for Christmas or you buy something for spring, you can reuse it and repurpose. And if you want to keep switching it up and you know your flowers a little bit, so things like your daffodils and your narcissi are going to come in really early spring, so you might want to have your plain wreath and add daffodils on it for that real herald of spring. They can then come off and you can put your tulips and hyacinths, which come next, and then your ranunculus. So you can kind of keep it quite seasonal, you know, or add them all on.
So as a florist, would you, if you know a customer does that sort of stuff, would you have reminders in your email to send them, drop them an email saying, hey, do you want to redo your wreath? I've got these.
Yeah, or quite often, people are quite good now, aren't they? They're quite all over your social media. So I think posting on your social media is a really good one, like new product coming in, like, I'm definitely going to buy some of the hyacinths and some of the other bits that you've got. So I will post those.
Yeah.
Make some examples, and then people, it's like those little prompts, isn't it? I think what we have to remember as florists is people don't know what you've got in your stockroom, and they're not always going to trawl through or your website. So I think social media is a really good like you guys do it really well. I quite often will see something and then I'm like, oh, that's nice, and before I know it, it's in my basket and
it's funny
in
how
the
that
studio.
happens, isn't it?
You know, but that's, you know,
it is hard actually. Online is very difficult because we've got about, I think it's 18,000 products now, and it's really hard obviously to display those on the website so everything is visible. Most people go to what they buy on a regular basis and just buy the same again.
Yeah, but we're all guilty of that, aren't we? Like when you have your favourites in like any supermarket, you click on it, don't you? You don't always go through the rest of the range, which is why I do think it's really important to show things on your social media, because you don't always have the time, do you, to upload some. You guys do, because you've got an amazing team, but like for me, I don't always have time to go around and put everything on my social media, on my website, whereas like you can stick it up for a few seconds on social media and it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so obviously you can add your bows and your ribbons and that kind of thing, but...
And then you can hold that up, hopefully.
Hopefully. So you can go from
Because you've just put a couple of cable ties on there, so you're able to do this.
So you can go from like a green eucalyptus wreath that we used for Christmas to a spring one.
Yeah.
To an Easter one.
Lovely.
And then use it as a table centre.
Absolutely lovely. Emma, thank you so much, and highlighting some of our products. If you like this content, hopefully you do, you like Emma. And,
you don't have to like me.
Then give us a follow, or give us a subscribe on YouTube, a follow on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, or wherever else we are. And you can check Emma out as well. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.